Hello and welcome to a very special broadcast of Speaker Spotlight. I am your host, Christoph J. Wyman, America's favorite speaker empowerment coach and the creator and producer of the Ultimate Speaker Competition. And we are in for a treat today. I have a couple of the speakers that are going to be joining us at the Ultimate Speaker Competition Military Veterans Edition, and we're going to hear from them. We have one of our nonprofits, our featured nonprofit, that will be joining us shortly. And I believe my wife, my co-producer, the love of my life, Michelle, will be joining in a few moments as well, and maybe some other surprises. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to the stream one of our amazing speakers, Mr. Delvin Bourne. He is an 82nd Airborne veteran, spent multiple years in service. He has been in Iraq, Panama, somewhere in Africa. Oh, you just popped out. There he is. He wants to have a grand entrance. Delvin, welcome. Tell us just real quick, short background about yourself and about your service, my friend.
Hi, yeah. Like Christoph said, I'm a veteran of the Army. And one of the things that we're working on now that I'm retired and I'm a disabled vet, one of the things I want to focus on is mental health for veterans. And that's what our company Born Free is all about, is empowering veterans that have struggled with anxiety, depression, PTSD, how they can use that as a strength to better their life.
Wow. And it's such a needed what's the word I'm looking for? It is such a huge need.
It's a need because, like I said, most people, they just put it on the background like I'm good, then they suffer in silence. And this is what we want to do is put the light on that, so that way that the person can grow from that, and from that experience can also have a very high quality life compared to what they used to have.
That's awesome. And remind me, because I didn't get the full lineup. I know you were in Iraq. You were in Panama.
I was in Iraq during the first Gulf War. I was in Panama. We took Noriega out. Then I was in Kosovo. Then the last big one that I did was Somalia, and where the movie Black Hawk Down was. I was there. I wasn't part of that mission, but I was in country during that.
Wow. And it's you and your wife, Kathy, that has created this company, Born Free, which is interesting because your last name is Bourne, so it's actually Bourn. Talk about the whole Born and Born Free, because I think it's really awesome.
Because like I said, I grew up, my last name was Bourne. Then I was in the 82nd Airborne Division. And I've been born free. I've been born wild. I've been born crazy. Now we are born free. So, born has always been something, because born, basically it's a renaissance, a rebirth, when you're born. So that's what this is we want to have people reborn from the traumas and things that they've suffered with and go on and have just an incredible life. And that's what we want to help people do.
That's fantastic. And I'm so excited. You actually have been, you're so much more than one of the speakers. You have been my kind of like my, what will I say? I've been like your civilian little buddy, right? Like you've been the guy who has introduced me really to the veteran community here in Las Vegas. 2 or 3 months ago, I was not involved at all. I am a patriot. I'm not a veteran, but it's Delvin who has opened the door, connected me to the Southern Nevada Veterans Chamber of Commerce, to the people from Bunker Labs, to the different nonprofits. I just really am so grateful, because without you, Delvin, this whole event would not even be happening, because I was an outsider, and you all have welcomed me into this community of brotherhood.
You're quite welcome, because that's one thing here in Southern Nevada, especially Las Vegas. That's one of the things that we've learned is we can do things together. If each person tries to do it themselves, it's hard. But when you have a community or a tribe working together, and that's what we're doing here in Las Vegas with the Southern Nevada Chamber of Commerce, Bunker Labs, it's veterans working together, helping each other, and we're just empowering each of us to become better.
That's fantastic. what is so I think that's really already answers the question because of your your heart for helping veterans and your real passion for mental health. That's why you're a part of this event. What's the outcome for you? What would you like to see happen over those couple of days that we're
Uh,
doing this event?
but like I said, I just want to become a better speaker so I can convey the message. Because like I said, one of the things that has really drawn me in my heart, looking trying to get mental health, but it just overcame them and they ended up committing suicide. I'm just tired of my
Hmm.
friends, people that I care about and love. They think that the world's not a good place to be, so they check out. What we want to
Yeah.
do is create an environment where they can feel the love and go on and have a high quality life.
I love it. And you're doing such amazing work. And we are just proud to be beside you in that. I know that this was such a surprise. You've got a hundred of things going on and other meetings to go to. I don't
Right.
want to keep you too long, but I would love to. Do you have a couple more moments or?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to then bring onto the stream two people. One is my lovely, amazing wife, Michelle. There's Michelle,
Hi,
and
guys.
she is a nurse. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and then I'm also going to let Anne Marie join us as well. So we'll have us all here on the panel at this moment. But Michelle, you can go ahead and start.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Michelle Wyman. Christoph's wife, obviously, as he already said. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 30 years. In that 30 years, I have taken care of a lot of veterans. I grew up in St. Louis, so we had a big veteran community there as well as here. Going through it, my family has been in so much military, and as I asked for, can you send me a picture of grandpa? Then I got a picture of great grandpa too, born in 1898. And a picture of my grandpa, and then don't forget your uncle this and your uncle that. And so I've got all these amazing pictures and of the different relatives. I lost my husband. There he is. So it's been. I'm excited. I This has been a real work of heart, creating this event and finding the right things and tools and people. And I know how much Christoph has appreciated you, Delvin. He's told me that multiple times. So
Thank you.
I'm super excited to meet you in real life Sunday night. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, it will be.
Thank you, Michelle. And we also have with us Anne Marie Talley, who is also one of our speakers, one of our awesome speaker competitors, speaker participants. And she and I have known each other. We met a number of years ago,
Yeah.
and we have not really communicated in the past handful of years or few years. But on Sunday evening, I got a notification. She filled out the form online on our website. I said, "Wait, I know this person. I know her. Is she a veteran?" And so, Anne Marie, so glad that you are here. Tell us what is your inspiration for joining and participating in this event?
Oh, thank you, Christoph, for introducing me and welcoming me into the Ultimate Speaker competition. And I'm also honored to meet you, Delvin, and your wife, Michelle. My mom is also an RN, so I have a heart for helping the helpers and caregivers just like you. And I'm as well a former addictions counselor, which is what I did when I
Wow.
separated from the military. And that is the reason why I was inspired to sign up to become a speaker and join in the competition. Because one, the only way for me to to expand and to learn more and to reach my audience, I it's not the only way, but it's one of the best ways I feel like is to really open up and share my story and share
Mm,
stories of other caregivers and other helpers in the public service industry, to share more about our mental wealth, our mental health and wellness, just like are doing and focusing on Delvin. However, my audience I'm choosing to focus on is in public services. So I'm inspired because I left the world of addictions counseling and professional counseling about 7 years ago because I was experiencing extreme stress and burnout and anxiety, and it affected me at work. It affected me at home as a mom and as a wife. And I also have a husband who's a veteran, and he's still in the service. So I go through a lot of the emotions and ups and downs with him as well. So for me, it is important to share simple, fun ways of expressing ourselves. And I do that through art.
That's
So I'm here to
amazing.
share my story about resetting and restructuring our mindsets and expressing ourselves creatively through art.
That's so awesome. In fact, when we had our call the other day, you said art
Art saved my
saved
life.
my life. I said,
Yes, it
wow,
did.
that's a powerful message and
Mm-hmm.
It did.
very exciting.
I'm excited to share
Uh,
that message.
and so tell us, when you are a veteran as well, or
I,
your husband is, you are a
we're both
veteran, and when,
we're both Army.
so thank you both for your service. And when and where did you serve?
I started back in 2010, and I was at Fort Riley, Kansas. I was at Missouri, then I went to Fort Riley, Kansas, and then I moved to Germany and separated while I was in Germany with my husband. So spent about 3.5 years in service and active duty, and then came back to the United States to pursue my career as an addictions counselor, and found the world of counseling and public services actually needed support when it came to mental health and wellness for the professionals. So
Very nice. And thank you and your husband for your service, both of you.
it's an honor.
Do you want to ask a question of each other? Here we have two veterans on the panel. Do you want to have any? These are friendly competitors right here. You're going to be going to against each other. I don't remember what
Here
category
we
you're
go.
each in.
I'm in
Yeah,
inspiring. No, because like I said, this is what she's doing is exactly what we need to do. Because most veterans, especially combat veterans, they just think black and white, yes, no. And what we're trying to do and what she's trying to do is amazing because, like I said, we want to be more creative. We want to try different things that we haven't tried before, and that's what we're trying to do. That's why I think it's amazing, because like with me, I, I'm starting to learn how to do things with colors and things. And I'm going to be 60 years in a couple of years. I didn't even know I could do that stuff. That's what's so. That's what I want to do is inspire people to do stuff that they've never done
Yeah.
before and have a higher quality of life.
I love
Because
it.
but yeah,
Very nice, Delvin. I know you have another appointment. Do
yeah.
you have what?
No,
Tell
no,
us. Tell us your last words. What? Because I don't want to keep you too long.
right, yeah, no, because like I said, my last words is something my shrink told me is if you can get your head right, the rest will follow. So what I want to try to do is just get everybody's head right so they can follow their dreams, because that's what life's about. Why be depressed? Why be anxious? Why not just go chase your dreams and be happy?
I love it. If you get your head right, the rest will follow. This is like your tagline, right?
Yep.
I like it. That's very cool. Delvin, we are so looking forward. And I also want to thank you also. I did not mention one of our major sponsors is a gentleman named Ghost, Tom Martin, who is a
Yes.
Marine, and he is the owner of Leatherneck Club, which is a Marine bar, a military bar. It's a VFW, and that is where we're having our kickoff on Sunday evening. And he is going to be speaking. He's going to be one of our featured sponsor speakers on Monday. And again, that introduction came because of you, Delvin. So you are just
Um,
a big part of already the success of this event, and we're
yeah.
so excited
Thank
for
you.
us to be at Leatherneck Bar.
All right.
Um,
Can I say something before Delvin goes?
Yes.
Awesome. I don't know if Christoph told you about the Wall of Honor. Did you talk to him about that?
I did not tell Delvin yet. No.
Okay, so we are creating a Wall of Honor, and we're asking people to bring pictures of like yourself or family members, loved ones in uniform.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, we did mention it, but we were doing it a different way. So
Yeah.
this is free. This is something that we are just inviting everybody to please bring photos. And this is anybody who's watching the broadcast. Bring photos that are not 8x10. So not 8x10, but 4x6 or 5x7 of someone's that you want to honor that is a veteran. They could be somebody that's passed or somebody that is still with us, yourself certainly. And they don't have to be perfect photos. In fact, the ones that are kind of dated and aged look even cooler. And this is going to be a special part of the event, us together creating a wall of honor. And so we just want to invite everybody to do that. Miriam said a little while earlier, she said, well, I've got a whole box. I said, okay, well, don't bring a box of photos.
Not really.
But bring, a handful, of people that you want to honor. It could be somebody that you served with, maybe they passed or they're somewhere else and you haven't seen them in a long time. It's going to be a really, really just kind of a heartfelt event, part of the event.
In this digital age, a lot of people don't have hard copies. Walgreens prints them up.
Yes.
It's pretty easy to get them done at Walgreens. That's what my family's been sending me pictures, and that's what I've been doing, is just running over to Walgreens and have them printed. It's real simple.
Very cool. Awesome.
Speaking of Miriam.
There we go, Miriam. We see a box that's black.
Can you see?
We can't see you
While she's
yet.
coming in, I'm going to go ahead and step.
Thank you.
Hey, while she's stepping in, I'm going to step out. Bye-bye.
Yes,
you guys take care.
God bless you. See you. Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Chris. Bye.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Delvin. All right, Miriam, are you able to turn on your camera?
I'm trying to figure that one out.
Okay, I'm gonna take you off of the stream until you have your camera set.
Okay.
And then we'll bring you back on the broadcast, okay? This is live TV, live broadcast, so it's all groovy. We have another wonderful guest who I actually have only met by telephone and email. And so, my friends, I am so excited and grateful to introduce I don't even know her exact position, the director, the marketing person, I know she is the president of American War Mothers. I believe that's what it's called. And she is the one representing our featured nonprofit, which is called Adopt a Vet Dental. Here is Cherie Peterson. Woo! Welcome. I'm so glad to see you. Nice to meet you. This is my wife, Michelle.
Hi.
And this is Anne Marie. Anne Marie is a veteran and one of our speakers.
Great.
So you have the floor, Cherie. Tell us about yourself, just very briefly, just a couple seconds, a little bit about you, and then about because you actually represent a number of different nonprofits.
Yes,
but
I do.
Tell us specifically about this particular one that we are going to be featuring.
Well, I'm going to start by saying I am the proud mother of an American soldier, and I'm also a proud Army brat. So I represent the family with WSP Foundation, Warrior Suicide Prevention Foundation. I'm president of American War Mothers. Under WSP, we have 22 Warriors, Brain Health Warriors, American War Mothers, and the Veteran Hockey Foundation. And then I am the community liaison for the Adopted Dental Program that is a Nevada-based free veteran program for veterans that qualify. So
and that's an amazing program, what Adopt a Vet Dental does. And as we've been preparing for the event, I talked to so many people that are not yet aware of it. So we're going to be we're going to be raising awareness and education and funds for your nonprofit. I have one of our speakers on the line. I'm going to let you all talk for a moment. I'm going to take myself from the broadcast. Go ahead and take over.
Hi, ladies.
Hello,
So Sherry,
ladies.
can you explain to us about the importance of the Adopt-A-Vet Dental?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that people seem to think that any veteran just gets free dental care, and that's not true at all. As a matter of fact, you have to be a POW, which I believe there's less than 2,000 left in the United States, or you have to be 100% disabled permanently, or you have to have had some kind of an injury to your face, your mouth, and that's it. No one else. I mean, retirees don't qualify. Nobody qualifies unless you're under those three. So our founders up in Reno, Linda Haig and her husband had been talking to a group of veterans in a senior facility and asked them what is the biggest thing that they need help with and that the VA isn't providing. And every one of them said dental. So she started this program 12 years ago up there. I heard about it 7 years ago and went up and met Linda and her whole team and got all the information. And from there, because I live in Southern Nevada, I've been here over 32 years. When they decided to be able to make it statewide, I was the first person they called.
That's awesome.
So I'm very happy to be representing, and I'm getting the word out and helping with the fundraising.
That's amazing. That's super exciting. And it's such a needed thing. And what before you joined us, I was talking about I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 30 years, so I've dealt with. Right now, I'm at Valley Hospital, which since you live in Vegas, you know Valley Hospital, I'm sure.
Yes, I do.
And so we do see a lot of vets, and unfortunately, we see a lot of homeless vets, but we also see people from the VA. So it all varies. It's definitely, all of it is needed, and the way that we treat our veterans, like unless you're a POW or 100% disabled, you can't have dental care. That's not cool. Come on.
No.
Come on, let's be nice.
Yeah. So we're making a difference. We have a website. If you go to adoptavetdental.com and watch the video, you'll get to see some of the people that have gone through. You'll see all of the numbers. We're very transparent on how many people we've helped, how we get the dentist to do the pro bono work so that they don't have, but we pay all the lab work. So we work closely with the lab so that we make sure everything's done here in Nevada. And that's where we have to do our fundraising, is to pay for any of the lab work.
Gotcha.
Cherie, when I stepped away for a moment, did you mention about the connection between lack of dental care and mental health?
Everything goes together. The WSP Foundation, Warrior Suicide Prevention Foundation, is the reason we have this umbrella with these other organizations, is because every piece of that is part of the problem. If you've got a veteran that's already isolating, that has problems with his teeth and doesn't want to go out, if they have post-traumatic stress or addiction problems, and that's where the neurofeedback comes in. And any alternative is always going to be a better thing for somebody that has served, because all of those medications are just causing more and more problems, side effects, and they're really not fixing what's wrong. And there's been some good studies on that. There's a lot that we're learning, but also reaching out to them, doing things like this where we're able to talk to each other, because it is a big place. I mean, Southern Nevada is huge. And so everybody, if they're doing the same thing, they need to get together. If they're on the, working for a cause for our veterans, we need to know about each other, and we need to weed out the ones that are actually not been vetted to be here collecting funds.
Well, we are so excited and just delighted to be able to support you and the amazing work that you do. And we're going to get to hear you on stage for a few minutes as well. Yeah. And you're going to be with us the whole time, I believe, correct?
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. And I'll be there on Sunday over at the Leatherneck.
Nice.
Very good. Very nice. So we have a few others that have joined us. I hope that you can stay, Cherie. Sure. And Anne-Marie, do you want to chime in and anything you want to mention at the moment, Anne-Marie?
Yes, sure. Cherie, it's so wonderful to connect with you. Thanks, Christopher and Christoph and Michelle for introducing us. I've never heard of this program, and I'm just blown away.
Yeah.
I would love to learn more about what you do and to share the information about free dental care, because that was very shocking for me as a veteran, and not having 100%, not being able to access dental anymore when I always had access to it when I was active, when I was in service. And then separating, they're like, oh, you get one dental screening and that's it.
Oh my gosh.
So this is actually really good information. Of course, I'm connected with the veteran community, so I will definitely share this information. It's very well needed. And you're right about mental health, the connection between mental health and oral health. It's connected to our physical health, and
Oh yeah.
um, mental health is not dependent on one aspect of changing just one part of your life. It's a um, whole care. So I would love to learn more about your program and share about that. That's really cool.
Well, and veterans trust each other. So that,
Yep.
me being an outsider in the sense that I'm not a veteran, I mean, I grew up on military bases my whole life, and my son served, and he is 100%. And I can tell you this, I watched my father come back, and the young man, my son that left my home, is not who came home. That's what the mothers are talking about, is this isn't who they knew. Because they were dramatically changed by their experiences. And so we help each other as mothers, but we help by giving back our time. And we go with the HUD Vash, we work with the case managers, and we help the homeless veterans get into apartments, and then we furnish those apartments. So that's our thing. 22 Warriors helps with the service animals. So every one of us have a piece that all is important to the health of our veterans, that just aren't the same, and bringing them back to life and having a good, fulfilling life, whether they want to volunteer or whether they want to go back to work, that you want to be able to have a smile on their face.
Cherie, of course, Adoptive Vet Dental is our featured nonprofit, but you mentioned the other ones that you're connected with. We would love for you to bring any materials or flyers or brochures or whatever that you would like to share information about those other organizations as well. So I don't want you to feel that it's strictly limited to Adoptive Vet Dental, okay? Because like you said,
Yeah, most people that know me, because I would go to the opening of an envelope. So if I'm invited to go to something, I'm going to go because I want to learn and I want to meet more people that we can reach out to. I'm a resource. So if I can't help you, I'm going to find somebody that can. And that's what I do. I'm here in the Veterans Transition Resource Center on Sunset and Eastern. That's where our office is located. And so I get a lot of people coming in here. We have somebody that does disability for free. That is a veteran that's trained through the Nevada Department of Veteran Services. So we have a lot going on in here as a resource center, as well as we have a radio station on Saturday. They do a program.
So, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
What program and
I'll bring all that information too.
I'm going to ask. I'm going to not to put you on the spot, but tomorrow is Saturday. Is there any way that we could get a little blurb about our event tomorrow?
Yeah. I can talk to him. Nobody's in the office on Fridays, unfortunately, but I can get a hold of him tonight when I have to go meet somebody out at Town Square at 2:30.
Okay.
That's helping us with the event we have coming up for the Adoptive Vet Dental for the auction. So I'll get a hold of him and see what's going on. And if that is possible, I'll let you know right away.
Okay, that's perfect. Let's introduce a couple more people. Oops, she was there and then I knocked her out. We have Miriam Martinez, who is also one of our amazing speakers. She is going to be joining us. She's a published author as well. Miriam, would you like to please introduce yourself very briefly, a little bit about you, and why are you inspired to be a part of this amazing event?
Oh, well, thank you, first off, Christoph. My name is Miriam Martinez. I'm a author of Agent Orange, Broken DNA. Basically, it's a story about a family that went through the chemical warfare, where he was a point man in Vietnam, the veteran was, and how it affected his family. And it went into 3 generations. That's what the story is about, basically. I've been advocating for Vietnam veterans for over 40 years. I have done claims for them, anywhere from claims even to hospital advocate, sitting by them and there's by their side, learning with many, many nonprofits here over the years. I would say I probably trained with every VSO department when it came to nonprofits here in Las Vegas, only because I know my husband was a point man in Vietnam, exposed to a lot of chemicals. Unfortunately, he did not get any service connection until I learned how to do it for him. It took him, he was fighting for 18 years with zero. And prior to that, they gave him 5 years to live. So, you know, sometimes after a while, after all the shock of, you know, being diagnosed and coming to the reality, you have to look at it and say, okay, what do you need now? And at that point, after 8 years, we moved to Vegas. We got involved with all the organizations out here, and I was trained on how to get him 100% permanent and total. And I heard what you were talking about earlier about veterans and dental, and absolutely right. 100% for sure. He did not get any dental care, and he lost his teeth, 2 teeth in Vietnam while he was out there, and a bunch of other things. But he did not get any dental work until he became 100% total and permanent. My family and I, we've been probably campaigning Las Vegas with the awareness of how this affects children, our grandchildren, and generations to come, probably for about 10 years now. We've done a few walks here in town. And now I'm back, and I'm just ready to let people know that I'm creating a platform at this point with a project to create more awareness, and then linking those families, because I already have a group of people that I work with, which are veterans' children and their spouses and stuff. So that's what I do.
And
Miriam,
I would like to meet with you as well. My father just passed away a few years ago. He spent a lot of time in Vietnam, Okinawa, and many places that there were Agent Orange. He died from bone marrow cancer, and he never put in for the, but I've lost three brothers to cancer.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're all gone. So I'm the only living person on my father's side of the family, and I'm sure that's connected.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what a lot of children don't understand. And unfortunately, with this new PACT Act, and I have a handful of veterans that contact me on that they didn't like the way it was reading because of the fact that it possibly may assist the children that's been, altered in their DNA. I don't want to say affected anymore because that sounds like yucky. I want to change my verbiage a little because, it's very serious when you sit down and you're talking to families and they don't understand why, they've got number of illnesses and some of them are very, very rare. And in the book, it talks about the rare illnesses that have been tracked through birthdefects.org. They started the registry for Agent Orange .org back in the day, I think back in 82 or 83. And then they changed into birthdefects.org because they seen all of the children of veterans having abnormal diseases. And I talked to her for many, many years. I think she's gone now, but they're a great resource because they've been tracking this for over 30, 40 years.
And it's important that
no longer in our heads.
Yeah, it's important that everybody gets on the register because that's how this got to be able to become a law that they were getting their benefits after 30 years that people were trying is all of the people that have signed up and you're tracking everything that everybody's getting.
Yeah, unfortunately, when they did put that registry out, that stopped a lot of veterans from getting their veteran doctor to sign a release that they are sick. And it was ugly. It was the most ugly stuff in the world. But, we've gone through it. We've learned through it. And now I look at it as, okay, we have a problem. Let's get a solution going. Let's, bring people together, because that's the main thing. I know that most of the families feel like they're lost or alone. And I've talked to many families on that.
Well, good
You know
job.
what's, and thank you so much for what you are doing as well, Miriam, and thank you for Frank, your husband's service, and your whole family commitment to service. And one thing that I think you'll be excited to know, and I don't know if I mentioned this previously to you, but we have Mr. Carl Bartlett, who is the president of the Vietnam Veterans of America Association, who will be joining us. He's actually one of our veteran-owned vendors. So he will be with us the whole time. And I have not met him yet either, only by phone.
I think I may have met him years ago. I'm not for sure. The name's ringing a bell, and I'm like, I'm excited. I want to see him.
So we have another wonderful guest that who has been a part of our team for quite some time, and I did not know until this morning, maybe an hour and a half ago, if she would even be with us at all, let alone on this broadcast. Jasmine Wardlaw is a alumni of our event called Ultimate Speaker Competition. And before I let you introduce yourself, I just want to give a little bit of background about what this event is. My wife and I, Michelle and I, in 2019, created an event called Ultimate Speaker Competition. And it is, even though the word says competition, it has grown and evolved to so much more than that. We say it's 2 days of connection, yes, competition and collaboration. It's for heart-centered leaders of all backgrounds with all different types of messages that are uplifting, inspiring, and empowering to come together and share their messages on stage. We're going to have, it is open to the public. We're going to have some speaker workshops. I work with people to help draw out their messages, craft them, and then empower and coach them to become effective and engaging speakers, not boring speakers. There's so many, who's ever seen or heard a boring speaker? They're all out there, right? That's not what we're going for. And so this event has evolved, and we've done this multiple times over the last few years, actually 9 times. This will be our 10th time. Last year, when we were in Philadelphia, our fan favorite awardee, a gentleman named J.R. Spear, who I think is a Marine, I'm not sure, but his job, I know when he was in service, was he was the security for the chaplain, because I understand that the chaplain is the only person in the military that cannot be issued a firearm because they cannot take a life if they need to protect themselves. And J.R. Spear, pardon me?
A medic can't carry a firearm.
Okay, thank you.
My son was a medic.
I'm a patriot. I'm not a veteran, so I'm learning so much. Thank you for that, Cherie. And so when we were listening to his message last year, I said to Michelle, you know what? We've done an Ultimate Speaker Competition so many times. I think we need to do a special one that is focused and featuring all military veterans. And so this is how this came to be. We say it's Ultimate Speaker Competition USC, but MVE, Military Veterans Edition. So you are a part of something that has happened many times in the past, but because it's our first time to really be connected with the veteran community, in many ways, this is like an inaugural event. And so all of you, whether you're watching now or you're on the replay, all of you who are participating as speakers, as sponsors, as vendors, our team, we're creating something that we hope will be an annual event and grow bigger and bigger, because we want to provide this platform for veterans and for people that support veterans and veteran organizations. And even the speakers, when they come and speak, it doesn't mean that they have to share a message about when they were in service. We just want to give you that platform. Okay, so without further ado, we are going to introduce Miss Jasmine Wardlaw. Say hello to us, Jasmine.
Hello, everyone. I'm so really, truly happy and excited to be any part of this event, because I really didn't know that I would be able to, because I've been traveling pretty extensively for some other ventures. But I first came to know about Ultimate Speaker Competition in October. It'll be 2 years ago. I was able to participate in the expert category, as I have written 2 books on medicinal plants. One is called Consulting the Vine, which is specifically geared to adding different types of essential oils to your soap. I got into making soap as an inventor. I created a countertop device called the Soap Butler, which is still being engineered. And as that was being engineered, I started making my own organic vegan soaps, which led me down this path that has been really, truly eye-opening and innovative in the way of adding different types of medicinal plants and herbs from all over the world. I truly believe that every disease or condition that you have can be affected and possibly even healed by some plant in some forest or some I don't know, just some what do you call it, at like the Amazon forest somewhere has a plant that's going to help you. And I'm finding that to be really true. So as I became more and more interested in this field, I thought, well, it might be a good idea to also try to speak from stage to get more people educated on what medicinal plants can do for you, and especially topically through your soap, adding it to your soap. So I came across the Ultimate Speaker Competition, and I tell you what, Christoph and Michelle do such a dynamic job. It's life-changing. Once you go through this process, you make such connections, like Christoph was saying, and you collaborate with people who are also either entrepreneurs or becoming speakers on specific subject matters that either they've been established in the industry for a while or they're up and coming, and it's truly just inspirational and life-changing. And I am really super excited to be a part of the team, because the people who seem to migrate to this event are truly leaders, and they have something really, really special. Everyone does have a special story, but not everyone is able to tell it. I personally have a friend who I didn't really think about it until after our conversation a moment ago, Christoph, but I do have this friend that I went to high school with who spent most of her career in the military. And she was just telling me, well, we had a high school reunion this past year, and we hadn't connected in a long time. And I was really excited because we had made plans to meet with each other and go to the reunion together, and we were just going to slay. It was going to be phenomenal because everyone knew us from high school. And I got to the event, and I just kept looking around, waiting for her, and she never showed up, and she never called, and she just kind of disappeared on me. And so it hurt my feelings, and I thought, wow, after all this time, what happened to her? It took months for her to reconnect with me, and really, I'm actually getting upset thinking about it, because she told me why she couldn't be there. She said, as a vet, she goes through this PTSD, and when she gets around any crowd of more than 3 or 4 people, she shuts down. So what you guys are doing with the mental health and all these other facets of helping vets is truly going to be super significant to so many people on so many levels that we don't even realize. Like, I didn't even realize she had this condition, and when she told me, it touched my heart. And you have to realize that people are going through struggles like this, and they really need to have some additional help. And I'm so glad that we're doing this event so that we can learn more about what vets have gone through, some of their unique stories, and how maybe we can either learn from it or be of assistance. So I'm so grateful again to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. So a couple of things, my friends. We have a Eventbrite site, so we want everybody to please register themselves. And we also have comp tickets. There is a code, veteran, capital V, veteran, and then the letter G. So capital V, veteran, capital G, all together, no space. So if you have guests that you would like to bring to come to join, we want to fill this room. We want to have as many people there as possible. It's going to be very uplifting, inspiring, heartfelt, moving experience. We're going to learn a lot. You're going to connect with amazing people, great resources. So please, please, please go to Eventbrite and let's get and share it to your fan base as well, to your circle. Number two, we mentioned this earlier, but some of you have joined since then. This is for anybody and everybody. We are creating a wall of honor, a wall of honor. This is for anybody that has loved ones who are veterans. That's everybody that will be in the room. We want you to please bring photos, not 8x10. It's a little bit too big. 5x7 or 4x6, 5x7 or 4x6 photos of loved ones, whether they're still living or they have passed, that served in the military. Does not matter what branch. You can write on it with a Sharpie the name of the person and their branch and when they served. But we are going to create this amazing wall of honor, and it will be a very, very heartfelt and moving kind of mini part of the Ultimate Speaker Competition Military Veterans Edition. I'm going to open it up for questions for a few moments, but before we do that, let's just watch this for 60 seconds, just a little bit of a promo video, and then we'll also give more of the details, and then we'll wrap up. Okay, so we'll be back in just a moment. Please stand by. Isn't that an awesome video that was created by our videographer, Andrew Hasley, who has been with us many, many times with our event. He won't be with us this time, but that is his creative work. So the link to the Eventbrite is in the chat right here. Those of you who are watching, you can grab that and grab the comp code. Those of you who are with us on the panel that are participants, you'll be getting email with details. Does anybody have any other thoughts or questions or anything else that they would like to share? We didn't intend for this to be a long broadcast, but I'm so grateful that all of you have joined us for these few moments. Anybody want to share anything, Michelle?
I'm just super excited. I'm looking forward to creating this wall of honor. When you see what we have planned for that, it's going to blow your mind. And it's you'll see the impact that we are creating.
Will we get the photos back, or are they going to be permanent?
These should be duplicates, please.
Yeah, it would be better if they're duplicates, just so they don't get ruined.
Okay.
You know, I don't want something to happen to a picture that is a one of a kind you can't get back.
And they do not have to be perfect. They do not have to be these wonderful posed I mean, literally, if you have a photo and you just take a photo of it and then have that printed at Walgreens, that's perfect.
A ton of people have sent me pictures. Gordon even sent me his pictures of his dad and his brother and his niece. And I just took those and had those printed at Walgreens. It's like, if you have the Walgreens app, it's so easy.
Free commercial for Walgreens.
Yeah, but you just hit photos, and then it's like, here, which pictures do you want? And it's super easy. So Walgreens, the Walgreens people and I have been good friends because I've been going back and forth to do them. So although I didn't know about the 8x10 rule, so I do have one, but
8x10s will be a little bit too big. Yeah,
we'll
because
just,
we're going to have.
I'll cover parts of it up.
Sure, perfect. So the schedule Sunday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The Leatherneck Club. The Leatherneck Club. It is on Spring Mountain Road. It is a marine bar. It's also a official VFW. It is owned by a gentleman named Ghost, Tom Martin, who will be one of our featured speakers. He is one of our major sponsors. Thank you, Ghost. Thank you, Leatherneck Club. He will be speaking on Monday. We're having some panels as well, some discussion panels. We will have a panel discussing veteran mental health, homelessness. We'll have a discussion panel discussing and sharing insights on veteran entrepreneurship and being a business owner and transitioning from military to civilian life. I will not be on the panels. I will moderate them, but I do not have expertise in those areas. We have some really amazing guests. We have Mr. Bill Walsh, one of my business mentors, who has been instrumental in my growth and my career. And he was our official platinum sponsor for the first 6 times that we have done Ultimate Speaker Competition. And now he is returning again. His schedule, he's a world traveler like Jasmine. And so his schedule often conflicts when we are doing our Ultimate Speaker competitions. But he will be with us on Monday. And anybody who has a business, who is starting a business or a nonprofit, and you want to learn how to grow and to monetize and to expand your organization, you will be in for a huge treat. I promise you, you will be blown away with the value that you gain. We're so excited that he's going to be there with us.
For sure.
Monday and Tuesday, we are at Rhythms. Rhythms is at 4545 West Sahara. Those of you who are participants, all of this will be in your email, but those who are watching that are listening, 4545 West Sahara. Check-in will be at 8:30, and we will start as close to 9 a.m. as possible. We've never been there before. We're trusting that we'll have our setup all ready to go. And it is a beautiful venue. They are also a sponsor because when they found out we were doing an event for veterans, they gave us a wonderful, it's not cheap. No events are ever cheap. Shuri knows this. Everybody knows this. But when they found out we were doing a veteran-focused event, they gave us a really good deal. And so we just want to thank them and give them credit. So, friends, this is coming to the end of our broadcast, but I would like to, if anybody on the panel has a question, that would be great. If not, then I would love for each of you to just give a closing, 30 seconds, your final word, maybe a message out to those who are watching to invite them or anything you would like to share. So first, anybody question? Does anybody have any questions? Nope. Good. All right. Jasmine, I'll let you go ahead and start. We'll go Jasmine, Miriam, Cherie, and then my wife, Michelle.
Well, thank you so kindly for allowing me to participate in this very creative, unique, and dynamic experience. I am so totally looking forward to getting to know more about what veterans have gone through, and so we can express even more gratitude for what they have done and going forward what we can do for them. So thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
Very good. Thank you, Jasmine. What did I say? Did I say Miriam next? Yes.
I just want to say I'm very honored and my heart is touched because for so many years, I created awareness in this town with my family, and, we were shut down so many times. And what's coming together now is something that's been a dream of ours for years. And veterans' families matter. And I'm just honored to be a part of this. And I thank you, Christoph, for even calling me and saying, hey, we got you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Michelle.
God bless you. We love you too, Miriam. Cherie.
I want to thank you too for the opportunity. Our veterans have really sacrificed a lot for us. There's less than 10% in the United States that actually sign up and serve. And this wasn't a volunteer army, the ones that have recently come back. I hope that many of them can see what we're doing and especially come to this event to know that we're not forgetting them. We know that they need us and we're there for them and we're rooting for them all the time and trying to do anything we can to help make their lives easier because they serve, we serve.
That's
I
awesome.
love that. Thank you. Thank you. Michelle?
I'm just so excited and so blessed to have the people that are coming into our world. You know, we Jasmine, you know, it's like we get into a little niche and we're just like it's a whole new group of people. Again, you know, it's amazing the veterans and everything that they do for us, and that we can just do something for them. And I am super excited about the Wall of Honor. I know I keep talking about it, but I want people to bring the pictures. I think that this is just going to be mind blowing, what we have planned for that. So as long as it works out the way it's working in my head, it's going to be amazing. And I'm super excited for that. So,
Yes.
and thank you, Christoph. You've done such a good job, and it's been nonstop. Christoph is doing this pretty much 99% by himself with as much help as I can give. Now I got off for the weekend, so I'm able to help a little bit more of the physical stuff. But all the speakers, all the sponsors, the phone calls, the hundreds of calls and minutes on our phone, and you know, hours in your office. I want people to understand, and I know that you do it as a work of art as well. But it is something that you should be proud of, and that we should all acknowledge that as well, because you have worked really hard to make this happen for our veteran community. And I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. So, friends, we ask your help in getting the word out. There will be flyers coming to you that you can share on social media. You are all being tagged or have been tagged probably in some posts. Please feel free to share that. Please let people know that there is a comp code so that they can come and join us. I can't buy lunch for everybody. I'm sorry. But there's plenty of places nearby. But we want you to come and join us and listen and learn from our veterans. Be inspired. You're going to be moved. We are raising funds, so bring your wallets. Bring your piggy banks, because we are raising funds for Adopt a Vet Dental, an amazing nonprofit.
Yeah. Well,
And
we talk
like-
about that real quick. We're having a raffle, and Cherie doesn't know about this, I guess, probably, but we are having a raffle, and we've got like local restaurants that have donated over $100. You know, one of them's like $150, a couple of them, and $100, and we've got show tickets that are going to blow your mind also, and salt room, you know, just so many things that we've got that have been donated, as well as things that Christoph has purchased that we are also raffling off. So we've got like all these amazing raffle prizes, and that money is going directly to Adopt a Vet. That money goes, that's where
Yep.
that goes. So
And if anybody that is watching would like to contribute to either our swag bags or to the raffle, more importantly, the raffle, whatever it is, anything if you have a book, you're a published author and you want to raffle off a book, it's a wonderful prize. So do not think that something has to be of a certain price or cost.
yeah, we talked about one time doing like where everybody brought one of their books and we made that one big raffle prize.
Yeah. Well, I think we might still do that.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. To have 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 or 12 books as
Right?
one big prize.
Yeah.
We might do that as a bid though,
Oh yeah, that's true.
rather than buying one raffle ticket. we might do that as an auction, you know, somebody, you know, and so we're going to have a lot of fun. It's a wonderful event. We need your participation and your invitation to your community so that we fill up that place and that there's not enough seats for everybody. That's my goal.
There you go.
All right, my friends, everybody, thank you for joining our panel. We appreciate you all, and we will see everyone on Sunday at the Leatherneck Club on Spring Mountain at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for a little mingling, you know, a little networking, and a little kickoff. And then we'll be Monday at 9 a.m. sharp, 8:30 check-in at Rhythms. Thank you, everyone. It's Christoph J. Wyman from Las Vegas and my beautiful wife, Michelle. Thank you, everyone. We will talk to you again soon. Cheers and good night.